Hi, I'm Wild Bill. It's the 29th of March 2023, and I'm here to tell you that the war on drugs has an enemy, and it's not that guy bleeding out on the toilet. Casualties of the war on drugs are mounting. Thing is, there's an enemy, but shaking down the civilian fallout of that enemy's actions gets you nowhere with his agents. They're higher up the ladder. His boots on the ground are the gangs. His agents are greedy chemists and greedy pilots. Someone produces fentanyl. Someone traffics heroin into the country. Interrupting these processes is far more likely to have a generic effect than any amount of shaking down addicts. But someone will always love the smell of quick money. More traffickers and chemists will arise. After all, your college degree or professional license should be good for something, shouldn't it? And doesn't business and life itself teach you to go for the biggest bucks you can? Who, I ask, will pay more for piecework than a drug lord? So what if it's, quote, illegal, end quote? Desperation and greed are big motivators of beyond the law behavior. What I'm interested in is the person who designs and implements the trickle-up system of large-scale opioid and meth drug trafficking. That person is the enemy in the war on drugs. He urges others to use gun violence, kidnapping, premeditated murder, strong-arm tactics, protection rackets, and human trafficking for sexual and organ harvesting purposes. Your sons and daughters. Economic impact? Forget loss of work or workers from the workforce and increase of work stoppages due to preventable injury. This enemy, in short, drives down property values everywhere his boots on the ground gather. What if that's a deliberate strategy? Here's some breaking news from today's New York Times. The FDA approved Narcan, a nasal spray that reverses opioid overdoses, for over-the-counter sales. Wednesday, March 29th, 2023, 8:54 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Public health officials and treatment experts hope wider availability of the medicine will reduce alarmingly high drug fatality rates in the United States. End of article. Full disclosure, I like weed. If you know me, you've probably guessed it by now. I am not a fan of pills. Those who need them as medication hate them. Those who use them recreationally, especially in combination with alcohol, are stating in effect that they know more than all the doctors and pharmacologists. And that's close to idiocy in my boomer's view, and no offense meant. I am against the destruction of lives and families due to serious addictions, including compulsive gambling and alcohol, but I am no shining paragon of virtue myself. Tobacco and I have been long parted, and that choice has only benefited me, believe what you will. As far as psychedelics go, disclaimer, if your brain goes, that's the end of you. With that said, Wild Bill on LSD. LSD chemically and physically lowers your sensory threshold. You can get the exact same mental trip in a sensory deprivation tank, though I don't recommend it. However, I do see a use for LSD in psychiatry. Random association is one of LSD's most enjoyable side effects. Reach deeper, doctors. See clearer. Wild Bill on mushrooms. Psilocybin has been eaten by men specifically for its stoner effects for tens of thousands of years. What kind of buzz does it give your cuz? LSD turned way down, plus a bit of general good feeling. Drawbacks, other than while driving, operating dangerous equipment, etc., include the chance that some mushrooms will contain small amounts of strychnine. Over time, that can lead to health issues. Wild Bill on peyote. Peyote reduces you to the perceptual level of a child during his or her first trip to the zoo or Disneyland. Some of what Carlos Castaneda reported in Teachings of Don Juan, a Yaqui Way of Knowledge, is exactly right down the middle of the genuine peyote experience, without the religious significance that enfranchises it in religion. Two problems with peyote. One, strychnine is a potential risk, and two, peyote flowers is rare and extremely short in supply. Use it up and peyote doesn't reproduce. And now for a word from our sponsor, death. There used to be a one-drug solution, a single drug dosage providing the perfect combination of the effects folks are looking for when they experiment with mood or reality-alter drugs. Brompton's Elixir. Guess who they give it to? Terminal patients. Why? Because it is very, very good and very, very bad for you. It's from the same folks who lied when they told you back in the 20s and 30s of the last century that codeine is good for kids. Quiet's a colicky baby, reads one of the old-time ads for Paregoric, which is codeine, tincture of codeine. Sad to admit, I might have tried Brompton's elixir once. And out of all these drugs I might have experimented with when I was both younger and dumber, I still like weed, the weakest of them all. Heck, you could cook with it. You don't even need to smoke it. Kids, don't try this at home. And kids, use drugs responsibly. None of us adults can. Wild Bill, 29th of March, 2023.